This is video number 7. It's on religions. It's following up from the Pantheon video. For my Pantheon, I ended up picking the +2 faith from Plantations. Just gives me a lot of faith, gets me an early religion. This is turn 53. This is fairly early to form a religion. The biggest change in religions, arguably, is the conditions for founding a religion. Previously, once you got to, I believe it was 180 or 200 faith, you started having a rolling chance of getting a religion. That is, you had a certain percent chance based on the faith you had generated to generate a profit at any given turn. So what this meant is that there was a probabilistic element towards getting a religion, in that having enough faith or being the highest faith earner was not enough to guarantee you first religion, because there was this percent chance involved. Someone with a lower percent chance, who had a bit lower faith generation, could actually get a profit before you did, just because of the essentially random number of generation. That's been removed. Once you get to 200 faith, you spawn your first profit. Easy to understand, easy to plan for, very simple. Secondly, getting first religion is no longer the be-all and end-all. That's partly down to the balancing of the religions that's changed. I'll get to that in a second. More importantly, arguably, being the last person to generate a religion is not the be-all and end-all anymore either. Because now, 6 players, that is all players in the free-for-all, can found a religion. Or 8 players if you're playing an 8-player map. In the base game, it was only first 4 players could found religions. So you could, get past that 180, 200 faith barrier, have a chance at getting a profit, and then someone else could spawn one, and you would no longer be able to found a religion. That's not the case with this. You can, no matter what you do, unless you get to the industrial area first, as long as you generate a profit sometime before the industrial area, you can make a religion. So that's a very big deal, because it affects your choices of Pantheon. Because now, all of a sudden, the Pantheons that give culture, or that give happiness, or that give food or production, those are more strong now, because you're not sort of losing out on that chance to generate a religion. Now, the reason why you pick a faith Pantheon, basically, is to get first choice of religion, first choice of what you want, and also to buy those faith buildings. So if I go ahead and found a religion here, I'm the second person to found a religion. You can see I still have a lot of options. And this is another thing that's changed. I mentioned briefly before that you really wanted to be the first person to found a religion in the base game. That was because there were certain options which were so much better, notably tithe and pagodas. Pagodas giving very crucial to faith, to happiness. Now, there are a number of very strong founding beliefs. You see, these 3 go almost every game, and one of these 3 go all every game. So you basically have 3 or 4 strong gold ones. Tithe is still very good. Zakat plus 8 gold, centralized gold, very good. Mithraea, you see it go a lot as well. Church property for wide players. Ceremonial burial for wide players. This +4 culture as well as +4 production for the palace. You see those go very often first as well. Essentially, there is a number of things that you can pick in religion. Religion is very flexible. You can use it to play with your wide empire, a tall empire, or even in a one city empire. So when you're picking your Pantheon, if you pick a faith Pantheon or not, it's basically based on what do you need from your religion. If you want a religion quicker, it's because you want specific things that would really benefit your gameplay. Because there's a number of strong founder beliefs, there's also a number of strong follower beliefs. Things like that directly influence food and production, like guruship. Things that give you extra culture, like choral music or divine inspiration. These are very popular choices. Things that sort of affect your base SimCity game. You also have your old buildings, the buildings that were in the base game. Pagodas have been nerfed a bit. I wouldn't even necessarily say nerfed, they've been changed. They're now cheaper, they give one food, and they're sort of like a bonus 10% food, 10% excess food. You have none of the previous religious beliefs that give you 2 happiness, because those were too strong. So you have a bunch of happiness beliefs that give 1 happiness plus some other bonus. Religious community has also been nerfed a bit. But besides that, you essentially have a wide variety of good, not great follower beliefs. That essentially make it so that even the 6th player to found a religion still gets useful stuff. You know, I'm really of the opinion that you don't have to rush for a religion in Necromod. Particularly because I tend to play wide play rather than tall or OCC play, which really sort of narrows what are the good options. One thing to note here is that the cost for buildings does not increase by era. This was a feature of the base game where you could really hamstring yourself if you, say, picked pagodas, which were 200 faith, and then didn't have the faith to buy them immediately. Because as you went into Renaissance and Industrial, in Modern Era, the cost of those buildings increased. Similarly, I can't show them to you right now, but I can go into the help. The Enhancer beliefs and the Reformation beliefs are also stronger and more varied. For Enhancers, you've got things like Free Golden Age, Defender, which has been slightly nerfed from the base game, plus 10 science in the Grand Temple, very popular thing. Other bonuses like plus 6 happiness, plus 8 culture, as well as some of the spread ones from the base game. Things that were very popular in the base game, like Promised Land. Religion spreads twice as fast to your cities, but only 25% as fast to the other cities. Religion spreads to friendly city-states at double rate. These are more situational. You don't see these go very often. These were very strong picks in the original game just because there were so few good Enhancer beliefs. Now there's a lot of good Enhancer beliefs. Even if you're sort of enhancing 6th, you'll still get something probably pretty useful. And for Reformation beliefs, there's really a greater variety. This ties in with the rebalancing of the piety tree. You have things that benefit OCC play, like Apostolic Palace. You've got things that benefits wide play, like Indulgences. You have things which allows you to purchase your science buildings. You have things that allow you to purchase production buildings. Again, a lot of variety. Very worthwhile to have that strong faith generation in the late game if you go into the piety tree and pick a Reformation belief. So that's about all I have to say about the changes to religion. To sort of nutshell it, how you get a religion is changed. Everyone can found a religion. This basically means that you don't have to rush for faith pantheon. You don't need to go as fast as possible to get a religion. You can get a religion because not only can everyone found a religion, but also there's enough choices in the religions themselves that even if you don't get first or second or third pick, there's still, good stuff available. You're not ruining your game ever by being the 4th or 5th person to pick a religion. So my advice would be, don't worry about it too much. Don't feel like you have to rush to build temples or rush to get a faith pantheon. Just let it come. And eventually, you'll find a religion, get some decent picks, get it spread, and you'll be alright.